Hello everyone. Here we met again. Today I'm going to talk about soybean borers. First of all, let's look at the occurrence and damage of soybean borers. Soybean borer, also known as soybean pod borer, and small red borer, belongs to Lepidoptera and Olestratidae and is one of the main pests in soybean production. It is widely distributed in China, with 3 provinces in northeast China, Hebei and Shandong, suffering more severely. Soybean borers not only reduce the yield of soybeans, but also reduce the quality of soybeans. Generally, the insect feeding rate is 10 to 20% in normal years and 30 to 40% in severe years. The larvae of soybean borer only damage soybean, wild soybean, and Sophora flavescens. The larvae tunnel into the pods and bite the beans. Before the larvae tunnel into the pods, they make a silk mesh to cover the body. Generally, the larvae tunnel into the pods from the seams. The young larvae that just tunnel into the pods first feed on the thin-walled tissues in the pods, and then tunnel into the growing beans to form oblique holes. After the third instar, the larvae feed along the edges of the beans, and the beans have furrows and notches, which are commonly known as rabbit beaks and worm beans. Generally, each larva can damage 2 to 3 bean grains. In severe cases, more than half of the bean grains are eaten. The damaged grains lose their original shape, and the pods are filled with insect feces, reducing the yield and quality of soybeans. We have learned about the damage of soybean borers. Next, let's learn about the soybean borers. The imagos are yellowish brown or dark brown, small in size, 5 to 6 millimeters in body length, and 12 to 14 millimeters in width when the wings spread. There are about 10 black-purple short twills on the front margin of the forewings, which is the signature feature of the soybean borer. The size and shape of male and female adults are similar. The male moth has lighter forewings, 1 ring with wings, and a blunt end of the abdomen. The female moth has darker forewings, 3 rings with pointed end of the abdomen. The eggs of soybean borer are small, orange, flat oval, only 0.5 millimeters in size, with uneven patterns on the surface. The larval stage of soybean borer has 5 instars. The newly hatched first instar larva is less than 1 millimeter long, with a black head and a milky yellow body color. When it reaches the third instar, the head of the larva begins to lighten. When it reaches the fourth instar, the body color turns orange, and the head color and the body color tend to be close to each other. After the larvae mature, the body length of the larvae at the 5th instar is 8 to 10 millimeters. The body color turns orange, and the head color is basically the same as the body color. Therefore, soybean borers are often called small red borer. The pupa of soybean borer is about 6 millimeters long, reddish-brown, spindle-shaped. There are 8 to 10 serrated tail spines at the end of the abdomen. The third aspect I will talk about today is the occurrence rule of soybean borer. Due to the characteristic of obligatory diapause of mature larvae, only 1 generation of soybean borer can occur in a year in all parts of China. The mature larvae overwinter by making cocoons and diapause in bean fields, sunning grounds, and nearby surface soil within 3 to 8 centimeters. In late July of the following year, the diapaused larvae break cocoons and climb to the surface to form soil cocoons and pupate. The pupal period is generally 11 to 13 days, and the imagos emerge in August. After the imagos are unearthed, they gradually fly to the bean field from the overwintering place, but the imagos have weak flying ability. Adults have phototaxis, with the strongest phototaxis to black light lamps. The imagos incubate in the morning and mostly inhabit the bean leaves at the lower part of the bean plant. Oviposition of imagos has obvious selectivity to pod pods, size, and cultivar characteristics. Most eggs are scattered on pods, and a few on petioles, lateral branches, and main stems. The eggs are mostly laid on pods 3 to 5 centimeters long, and rarely on pods below 2 centimeters long. More on young green pods and less on old yellow pods. Generally, 1 to 3 eggs are laid on pods. The newly hatched larvae are agile and only move on the surface of pods for a few hours. Once the suitable position for pod borer is found, they need to spin and knot a long silk mesh to protect themselves, and then bore into the pods. The larvae entering the pods can bite about 2 beans and damage the pods until the last instar. The larvae damage the pods for 20 to 30 days and then mature. From mid-September to early October, when the pods mature, the larvae leave the pods and spin to make oval soil cocoons for diapods and overwintering. Through the previous explanation, we can also conclude that the 4 obvious living habits of soybean borer larvae are oligophagous, borer, spinning, and obligate diapause of mature larvae. Next, through a short video, let's learn about the influencing factors of the occurrence of soybean borers.
首先是耕作制度。虫查地，前一年越冬的幼虫数量多，第二年大豆实心虫往往就发生数量大，造成的危害就比较严重。而经过轮地块，土壤里很少有大豆实心虫幼虫，大豆田里的虫源主要从田外迁移而来，虫源基数较少，所以一般发生要轻得多。我国的南方地区，同一块地基本上都是1年2作，甚至3作，因此大豆实心虫发生的就要轻得多。其次是环境气象因素，大豆实心虫喜欢中温高湿的环境条件。在大豆开花结荚期间，环境温度在20至25摄氏度，空气相对湿度在 95% 以上时，有利于大豆实心虫的大发生。如果这个时候遇到高温干燥或者低温多雨，尤其是连降暴雨的气象条件，并且持续时间比较长，则不利于成虫羽化成活，也不利于交尾产卵。因此大豆实心虫往往就发生的比较轻。还有就是豆荚上毛的多少，豆荚多毛的大豆品种比较感虫，有利于加重大豆实心虫的发生危害。再一个就是田间的农事操作，大豆收完以后及时进行秋翻，可以破坏幼虫的治愈越冬环境，使其部分致死，从而减少越冬幼虫的数量。虫源少了，大豆实心虫的发生与危害肯定也就轻了。再一个影响因素就是田间天敌的数量，大豆实心虫的天敌主要有赤眼蜂、小花春等。赤眼蜂是一种属于膜翅目的卵寄生性天敌昆虫，它将卵产在大豆实心虫的卵里，并在里面生长发育成成虫，从而使大豆实心虫的卵无法正常发育而死亡。小花春是一种属于半翅目的刺吸捕食性天敌昆虫，它自吸取食未钻进豆荚里的初孵幼虫，使其死亡。因此田间如果它们的数量比较多，大豆实心虫的发生肯定就比较轻。还有一些病原真菌微生物也能影响大豆实心虫的发生，比如白浆菌，它能够感染在土壤中治愈越冬的幼虫蛹，使其得白浆病而死亡。由此看来，大豆实心虫整个生活周期的薄弱环节还真是不少。
Today, I will mainly explain the occurrence and damage, morphological identification, and occurrence rules of soybean borers, among which the morphological characteristics and occurrence rules of soybean borers should be grasped. Well, that's all for today's class. See you next time.